Yeah, my name is Martin Löffelholz, and I'm a professor of media studies at Elvenar University of Technology in Thuringia. My name is a kind of bit of funny because if you translate it literally into English, Löffelholz means spoonwood. So quite funny name. I also learned that it's not easy for foreigners to pronounce my name. Yeah, before moving to Ilmenau, I was a research associate at the University of Münster. Afterwards, I spent several years as a professor of journalism at the University of Leipzig. And about 20 years ago, in 1998, I got a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become the founding director of a completely new institution here at Ilmenau. I think this was a very great chance because I'm very much interested in creating, in building, and in improving academic life.
And were there any other reasons that you had to stay in Ilmenau? Did you like it here, or was that the only reason?
In fact, when I applied here, I wasn't really sure where is Ilmenau situated, where it's located. However, when I came here, I was positively surprised, especially because I'm a nature lover and I like hiking and walking, and the Thuringian forest is just in close vicinity. So it's a perfect place for someone who is interested in building up new institution in a wonderful environment.
Okay, and besides all that, was there a plan B? Did you want to become something else than a lecturer or like a media professor? Was there any other plans?
In fact, when I was in my second semester as a student, I was asked the same question by my lecturer by that time, and my answer was, I want to become a journalist or an academician, a scholar. And now, looking back at all these years, I have realized both dreams. So first I was a journalist for a couple of years, working for newspaper and later on for radio and TV as a reporter. And after my journalistic career, I became a scholar and now since many years a professor.
But you were always interested in like the media direction?
Not always. As a school kid, I was very interested in mathematics. So first I planned to study informatics. However, over the course of time, I got very interested in social life and political affairs, and that's why communication and media was the right choice finally.
Okay, and is there a currently particular topic related to the media that you're interested in?
Of course, I'm interested in many topics, and my research interests are quite manifold. Generally, I'm interested in how media content is produced. So which structures, which processes, which obstacles are influencing the production of media content. And in addition, I'm also interested in applied research. So my main research interest is in the field of risk crisis and war communication. And at the moment, we are carrying out several studies, of course, on the pandemic and how governments and other political actors are communicating the pandemic.
Okay. We talked about your interests already, but let's talk about a bit about teaching. Is there anything that you want to give to your students on their further way, or is there anything that you want to tell them? And what is particularly important for you when you're teaching?
As a lecturer, of course, I'm very interested in supporting my students in improving their analytical skills. However, I am also very interested in helping them to understand the diversity of life, because I think it is quite important that we realize that we are living in one world, but this world is very diverse not only in politics and economy, but also in terms of culture. So I'm very interested in encouraging my students to delve deeper into the diversity of life and the diversity of societies, and of course the diversity of individuals, and not just accept the diversity. Of course, we should accept, we must accept it, but also understand that this diversity is an important basis of creativity and innovation and development.
Okay, is there anything that you can still marvel at as a scientist?
Of course, somehow it still surprises me how creative and innovative we as humans become when we face crises and other challenges. So generally, I'm a quite optimistic and positive and forward-looking person, and I hope that my students will catch some of this spirit when they study here at Ilmenau.
Maybe besides your work as a scientist, is there anything else that you're interested in? So maybe are some hobbies or something like that?
I like scuba diving. Since many years, I'm a scuba diver, but in Germany, it's usually too cold. I prefer diving in the tropical climate. So secondly, I really love to travel. I've done that all my life. So I'm like a global traveler. And in addition to that, I also like reading, following movies, socializing with family and friends.
Was there maybe a special country that you preferred or that you liked the most when you traveled around the world?
In fact, I have lived in several countries, especially in Asia. I was president of a private university in Jakarta in Indonesia for a couple of years, and I really love this country. And I also love some other Southeast Asian countries like the Philippines, for instance. And generally, I find it very important that we also get personal experiences in other countries. So I'm quite happy that I had the chance to do that since more than 40 years.
Okay, that sounded like you did many things already in your life. But do you have any goals set for yourself, or maybe as a lecturer, but also personally, that you want to reach?
Of course, all of us have goals, including me. My main goal, or let's say my main motto in life, is quite easy. Take a risk and the responsibility. So do not just stay in your comfort zone, but move on, not just geographically, but also personally and especially intellectually.
Maybe to our last question, do you have any favorite book or film that you want to share with us?
As I love reading, as I love movies, I have many favorite books and also many favorite movies. However, if you ask me like that, let me just point at one book which I read several times and which really impressed me. It's by the German author Hans Magnus Enzensberger, available also in an English translation. The title of the book is The Short Summer of Anarchy. It's a book dealing with the Spanish Civil War in the 20s and 30s of the last century. And it's a quite impressive book, also dealing with the fight against a dictatorship, particularly against the, by that time, Spanish dictator General Franco.
If you enjoyed the video and would like to see more, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our social media and stay tuned.